What to do when the wealth area is the worst part of your home? First of all, I will say to you, there is no bad part of your home. Your perfect home is as it is. And you might be hearing, my home is not perfect. No, there's this wrong with it. This is wrong with it. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so pleased to have you here. I'm Patricia. I've been helping thousands of women all around the world turn their homes into magnets for blessings, love, joy, ease, and flow for many, many years now. And I hear this a lot when people start to dive into Feng Shui and start to learn about this practice and then realize, oh my God, my prosperity area isn't the toilet. My prosperity area is the laundry. My prosperity area is the garage. My prosperity area is my teenage kids' bedroom. And you think you're doomed. You are not doomed. This is an amazing opportunity. So the first thing I want to say to you is that I take a very, very different approach to Feng Shui from many other Feng Shui masters and teachers around the world. And mine is that your home is pure potential. If you have done nothing from a Feng Shui perspective up until now you have so much potential to be actually able to bring in more joy, abundance, flow, and good stuff into your life. At this stage, if you're watching this video, you may know where your prosperity area is, which it is the southeast area of your home. I have tons of videos done about the prosperity area, what to put it in that area, what to not put in that area. But what I want to cover today is more about if it is in one of these areas that are like bad or the worst. Because I think that when we tag it like that and we have that mindset like that, we're doing ourselves a disservice, but also our homes a disservice, because everything is energy. Your home is listening. It hears you when you speak. It feels it, like it's like the walls are like the ears. The eyes of your home are the windows. The front door is the mouth of your home. So where the energy and chi comes in. So we're talking all about energy here. First thing is to recognize that your prosperity area is in an area of your home. It's the southeast. And in this area of your home, regardless of what it is, you're going to have some opportunities. So let's go through some of them. The very first thing is, in that area, step into it and just look around. If there's anything broken, if there's anything not working, if it feels neglected, you start to think, how can I pimp this up a bit? How can I make it even better? So one of my clients many, many years ago realized that her prosperity area was her bathroom. Of course, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever, because you may have heard about Feng Shui where if your prosperity, or where the toilet, where the water and money, because water is associated often with the water, money and abundance is associated often with the water element, is that it's being flushed down the toilet. Like, you won't have any money, it's all gone down the toilet or down the sink or down the bath. That's not actually the total truth, because as one of my amazing teachers said, she's like, I've worked in mansions, giant billionaires' mansions, and they have more toilets than they have bedrooms, and they're doing fine. So don't worry about where the bathroom is, or if the prosperity area happens to be your bathroom, like this client of mine. I said, don't worry. How can you pimp it up? Because when it comes to watching a YouTube video like this today, I can only give you generic advice. Every single house is unique. I work with thousands of women around the world, and what I do is I create custom reports for them through my Powerhouse Feng Shui program. And if you were one of my clients, which would be amazing if you were, I would get a lot of information from you, and then I would analyze it and see, okay, well, actually, your prosperity area, because of the compass being way more accurate, is actually your master bedroom, or it is your sitting room. It may not be the area that you thought it was, because the compass is very, very much more specific that we work with, which is super cool. So that's one thing. It may actually not be that area. The second thing is, when we analyze it, we will give a specific remedy that goes into that area. That remedy could be some fire element, some water element, some metal element, some wood. It could be adding a plant, but it's specific to the house. So please don't go and try and get some plants and put them into that area. That's not actually going to be that helpful if it's not the relevant remedy. But What you can do though is work on the surface layer. So as I said, Feng Shui is acupuncture for your home, and we want the energy moving and we want it flowing. So when it is moving and when it is flowing and you feel good about that area, things are going to change. So let's start with, as I told, the bathroom. This client of mine, I said, well, pimp it up. Like make it feel like a 5-star bathroom. So she did. She got some new fluffy towels. She got a beautiful flowers, brought some flowers into there, real ones. Or maybe you could bring a plant like that. Plants that work quite well in bathrooms in general. And from a generic perspective, she got some really nice luxury soap that smells so good. Like she basically made it feel like a 5-star bathroom. And that is great. So she actually at the time was looking for a new job, and she ended up getting a new job after doing all of this subtle things around her prosperity area, which happened to your bathroom. So no bad feng shui there. The next thing that we would say in terms of like if it happened to be like your teenage child's bedroom, you're like, oh my God, like it's really messy. First of all, you may have, if you have a 2-story house, you're like, okay, well, just use and focus on the downstairs area that you can have control over. The second thing is that you could start to actually look at their room and say, hey, you know what? Like your bedroom is associated with prosperity in our lives. Like it is associated with it. And they may go, oh yeah, whatever. But if they don't, and you're like, well, if that is the case, like if it actually happened to be the case, that means that there's a direct relationship between your own abundance and your teenager's abundance. So you want to make sure that you can kind of talk to them about it and say, hey, look, I'm going to bring in these different things into your bedroom, and they're going to support your growth and your prosperity. And hey, if we start to bring in more money, you're going to get more pocket money. Isn't that how it works in this place? So we want to look at just that idea of like, what can you do to alleviate it? And sometimes the prosperity area is a little bit outside of that space as well. Again, as I said, anything broken, anything not working will definitely make a difference. The other thing I would say to you is, for example, if your prosperity area happened to be your garage and you're like, oh my God, like the garage, keep it clean, keep it neat, keep it organized. And you can, for example, look for the southeast area of your living room, or like your living room or your kitchen. And if it's easy and accessible, you could create a small little southeast, like a prosperity altar or area, just recognizing abundance in that part of your, not necessarily your home, your entire home, but in a small section of it. And I do have a video that's all about like things that you can add symbolically to represent abundance. Now, if it happens to be your laundry, I would say don't worry about it. Like make sure everything is clean, make sure it's organized, make sure everything is working. All of that is going to be fundamental because that's just the surface. If your prosperity, if you're not feeling abundant right now, there's a lot more things than just the southeast area of your home that are impacting your prosperity. Your house type, there are actually houses that can be just literally built that are bad for money. The shape of your house could actually be impacting your home. So literally the shape, maybe the prosperity area is missing, maybe it's not there. Maybe it's to do with the cycle that your home currently is. And this is where like a professional like myself, how we work with our clients to bring in more abundance, how I see my clients winning the lottery, having amazing wins, getting pay rises and getting promotions and seeing more abundance flow into their lives because they have worked on the underlying energy, not just the visible energy of their home. So I hope this kind of helps you to realize that regardless of what part of your home your prosperity area is, there are other things and other factors at play when it comes to Feng Shui that can be impacting your prosperity. Specifically, we've just moved into a new cycle. We're in 2025 now, but in 2024, we moved into a new 20-year cycle. Lots of houses will have moved into a new 20-year cycle where your house could be in a money lock. And that is not something that anybody will ever want to move into because it means money just kind of shrinks and doesn't flow. But it is all fixable and changeable. Now, these are all topics that I talk about in my Feng Shui 101 mini course. This is an incredible course where I share how to actually understand the practice and the things that could be impacting you, your abundance and your prosperity on a much deeper level, that I hope that you go check out, because that's where I would start if I was you and you wanted to see more abundance flow into your life. It will open your eyes to the power that your home can support you. In the meantime, do go check out my resources and my YouTube videos all about the prosperity area and how to set it up, how to find it, and things that you can add into it. There's tons of videos all about that. Thank you.